Hey there, family. It's Dr. Arianna, and I'm so excited that you decided to join me today. This is the first episode in the Stay Juicy podcast, and this has been a labor of love, a long time coming, and I'm excited that I'm finally here to share with you some of the pearls and things that have inspired me over the years that I'd love to share. And not only the things that have inspired me, but things that continue to inspire me going forward, because I've realized that this whole menopause journey, it just doesn't start and end with, your menstrual cycle just stopping, after 12 months, right? There's this journey that gets you to that point. And then you're menopausal, and then you're postmenopausal. And it's really on a spectrum, it's a continuum. And I think we really just don't have a lot of information about what happens to us in the second half of life. Like we're kind of I feel like we're stumbling through in the dark here, and we're picking up pearls here and there and understanding, but not a lot of us are talking. We're not talking to our peers. Maybe we haven't gotten a lot of this guidance from our loved ones, our mothers, our aunts, and those that have been female influences in our lives. And so I wanted to create a podcast really allowed for open conversation, discussion, for nothing to be off the table, but also to educate, to inspire, to empower, and to highlight women who are what I would call women on the glow, women who are figuring out, even though we're stumbling and falling forward on the journey, they're figuring it out and figuring out how to stay juicy, how to extract the juice out of life, and how to find pleasure even through the pain and the hardships and the things that we all have to experience as we have this opportunity to just be on the planet. That said, the first thing we're going to be diving into is what I would call some menopause myths. And there's no coincidence that we're starting with that, because my first book, that was a Freudian slip because that's my only book, but I guess there's another one coming. But my first book is called The Menopause Myth: What Your Mother, Doctor, and Friends Never Shared with You About Life After 35. And the reason I wrote that book was because as I started to go through the journey myself, actually, I was in my late 30s, had no idea I was going through it in my late 30s. It did not occur to me until I was well into my 40s that I was perimenopausal. As a matter of fact, I was having night sweat, not so much hot flashes, but I was sweating at night. I don't even know what I thought that was. I just thought I was hot. But it literally never entered my consciousness that I was having a night sweats and that any of this was coming anytime soon. So I wrote the book because I figured if I don't understand what the hell is going on, I don't know how the average layperson could even begin to understand this. So the menopause myth, what your mother, doctor, and friends never share, really just outlines a little bit about my journey. There's some comedy in there, but just some basic tools to help you kind of understand. I call it a really good primer for menopause. It's just like your basics. And we're going to be talking about those myths because I certainly believed certain things and came to the conclusions pretty early in the game that that's actually not true. That actually, I don't know who told me that, but it has no semblance to reality. So if you're a little confused on what happens next on this magical, mystical midlife journey, my friend, you are not alone. In fact, you are in excellent company. We're going to be exploring together. We're going to be talking about juicy lives, juicy experiences, and oh, yeah, everything juicy. Nothing is off the table. So in the meantime, stay brilliant, stay beautiful, but most of all, ladies, stay juicy.